Happy Friday again. This is Screenwriter Randall Rydell Russell coming at you with the second part of the process where I break down, tips and tools and inspirations for me to be a screenwriter, and also break down who my favorite screenwriters are. And today is no different than any other day. Today's choice of screenwriter is a bit controversial. He kind of rubs people the wrong way. There's times I've had issues with some things he said and his views on certain things, but it doesn't take away from the art that he's created for us, and continues to do for us. And that person is none other than Spike Lee. As a black filmmaker myself, I really relate to a lot of stuff that he does, to an extent. Some things I know he hits it on the head a little hard, but that's okay. That's what he does. Some of the things he's speaks about in regards to like race and things like that, I agree to disagree. Some things I agree with, some things I don't. But he's been around a lot longer than I have and has dealt with different things than I have, so I totally get that. But as a screenwriter, he captures these stories and they become moving art, which is what filmmaking is. But the stories that he writes and screenplays that he writes are just like, the characters are always so pure, flush, they're realistic. You can relate to a lot of these characters, but it's also a glimpse into this world that we may not see. Like the John Hughes book, I have this book for inspiration. Spike Lee, the director's inspiration. There's a lot of stuff in here that you would like. He's a big Kurosawa fan, which a lot of people, I don't know if they realize this, but this book is definitely something you should definitely look into. And I also love that he puts a lot of the same actors in his movies. So let's get into it. First on my list for him, I don't have it single, it's in a box set, but Do the Right Thing. That movie is perfection. It is brilliant. I'm shocked it didn't win the Best Picture. I believe it was Kim Basinger or Michelle Pfeiffer, one of the two, that actually got upset with the Academy for not making that movie Best Picture. The color, the glimpse into that neighborhood, the characters, and then all the way down to the last scene. It's just such a well done movie. And that's something that a lot of filmmakers you can do, but they didn't do it like Spike did. So Do the Right Thing, from the opening sequence, like I said, to the end, is just, you can't keep your eyes off the movie. It's just so damn good. So yeah, that's that one. The second film, I don't have a copy of it to hold up because I actually lost my copy when I was moving, but that would be Malcolm X. Denzel embodied that role. There's no in between ifs, ands, or buts about that. Denzel embodied that role, and it was just superb and fantastic. When Denzel and Spike get together, you're gonna see magic. And they just got done doing a movie called High and Low, which is also a remake of a Kurosawa film, and that should be out, I think, the end of this year or early 2025. But yeah, Malcolm X just captured it. He just brought that whole story to life, and Denzel embodied the role. So that's that. Number 3 also features Denzel, and I think it's one of the best sports movies ever made, especially towards basketball. We're talking about He Got Game. He Got Game is, I saw this when I was like 12 or 13. There's a lot of things in this at that age I probably shouldn't have been watching, and probably watched a little too much. But the character and the story, like, what get you out of jail if you get your son to sign with this college, like, and your son hates you? How do you create that into a movie? And how do you have redemption for a guy like Denzel who did what he did in this movie? And then my buddy, Jade Yorker, is young Ray Allen in this movie. So that's another plus too, that I know somebody that's been in a Spike Lee movie, so I think that's kind of cool. But yeah, this movie, He Got Game, superb, phenomenal. Another one, just the music, how it's shot. Like, Spike Lee captures New York like nobody else. And, well, not nobody else. A lot of people capture it well, but Spike's eye on it is really good. So yeah. Number 4, still in the box set that I have here, would be Crooklyn. Crooklyn, I think, is probably his most personal film, because I feel like that was Spike Lee's childhood growing up. Delroy Lindo and Alfre Woodard played the hell out of those parents. All the kids did good, especially Zelda Harris, who played Troy. It's funny, it's quotable, it's sad. The music, like, that's what Spike does when he writes his scripts. He creates these pieces of memories and puts them on celluloid, and it's just it's so damn good. And then last but not least on this list, also on this box set, the movie Clockers. Clockers is based on the Richard Price novel called Clockers, about kids or teenagers drug dealing, and then there's a murder, and Harvey Keitel, John Turturro playing two cops trying to investigate the murder. Mekhi Phifer's brother is the #1 suspect after saying that he did it, but Harvey Keitel thinks there's something going on. He doesn't believe that he's the one that did it, and the eyes go to Strike, which is our lead character. Harvey Keitel, John Turturro, Delroy Lindo as the main drug dealer that employs all the boys, the teenagers to go work for him. Mekhi Phifer, I think it's his first, not his first movie role, but like his first theatrical role, because he was in Tuskegee Airmen in a small part, I believe. And even Keith David as the cop, Andre the Giant. It's just a very, very good film that everybody I feel like needs to watch. And read the book too. Read the book and then watch the movie, because there's a lot of differences, but it still works. So at the end of this video, I'll put up my letterbox list of my best to worst in Spike Lee's movies. Some he hasn't written, a lot he has, but going for screenwriting wise, definitely peep that, go on his IMDb and look it out. And yeah, that concludes a Friday favorite screenwriter conversation for The Process, and we'll see you next time.